Hello, hello, hello. You beautiful, magnanimous souls. Hello, hello. You beautiful, magnanimous souls. Now, I'm going to go into this exciting adventure of rare and raw, uncut discussions. Insight, awareness, wisdom, I connect, and then I allow whatever wants to flow through my lips, but it's unfiltered. So if anybody has the desire to want to misunderstand the level of swear word responsibility that there is, if there is a misinterpretation of that, if you have a tendency to be triggered from swear words at all in any way, shape, or form, then I strongly encourage you to click off, because this responsibility of me carrying the burden of how other people are going to receive me, to create a strong emphasis on things that I'm extremely passionate about. And there's nothing but high love and energy that is infused with every word, including expletive words. So if it wants to come out of my lips, which it does, then here's a fair warning, right? There's a big reason why it wants to come out of my lips. Because it brings so much more power to describe the things I'm so passionate about. And what I'm most passionate about is you. Yeah, because I know, like, the passion in me has been discovered. So I'm passionate about myself as I'm passionate about you. Like, because we're all beautiful beings walking around not knowing that we're magical, miracle, balls of light. We have no idea. We're all walking around with like 100 blankets over our head. I was talking about that earlier. I'll get into that because there's so many different topics that want to be discussed, but the primarily suggestive, preemptive, like before we begin, is, responsible listeners. Because expressing myself authentically, if there are words that other people would deem as not appropriate, that is not my responsibility or burden to carry how they are going to be responsive to me, especially when I have an opportunity to categorize this type of video exchange of energy and forewarn the listener. Now, if I were to go live, I would have to have it pinned or something like, hey, right? Or something. I don't know, because I respect those people that choose to get triggered through other people's expletive words. I respect them. So this is why I'm just saying, but I'm not responsible for the burden that, there's no, hey, up front, this is the way it is. This is how it's gonna be. Because it just needs to happen. I need to have the ability to say the words that I want to say when I'm really wanting to land home in the ears and the listeners. Like, the message just wants to come out that way. And so that's the bottom line, right? That's the bottom line. I am very, very responsible with how I infuse every single word that I'm saying and not saying and everything in between with pure unconditional love for every listener. Regardless if you approve of me, disapprove of me, like me or like me, it don't matter. Judge me, not judge me. Compare me or not compare me. Whatever state of mind that you're in, whatever the listener is, in their perceptional worldview, there is now a forewarning to those that may have a sensitivity to things, including expletive words. We'll just say not things, but okay, we'll just bring it for what it is. So now, with that all being said, now I can call you guys motherfuckers. Now I can call you guys motherfuckers. Because I refer to every walk of life as a motherfucker. Because I'm a motherfucker. I'm a motherfucker. You a motherfucker. We all motherfuckers. Nobody's a bad motherfucker. Nobody's a good motherfucker. We're just all motherfuckers. So, I love all of you motherfuckers. And you need to know this. I was just talking about earlier. I'm like, okay, I gotta share this with you before I talk about anything else. Like this whole God confidence that I'm walking with these days is so crazy. Like okay. So just to describe, past, present, future, like a timeline type thing from a state of mind that I once was in, where my relationship with the word confidence wasn't God confident. It was like human confident, right? Like, well, because I justified it. Well, if I were to be confident in something because I don't want to be looked at as if I have an inflated ego, because that's a fine line when you have confidence. So, well, wait, confidence is when you have experience under your belt, or you have education under your belt, or you have, something that allows you to feel confident because you've shown yourself that is appropriate for you because you can justify it. God confidence is unjustifiable. Like, this is so weird to me. I have major God confidence. Why a major God confidence? Okay, so it's like Spirit's been turning it up, the volume up and up and up and up and up and up each time I go into deep meditative states. That's something that they've been working on, apparently. Like opening up the channels of more light to flow through me, and then all of a sudden that turns into like this unbelievable confidence because of my confidence in knowing how much I can love a motherfucker. Like, I am so strong in my ability to love. It's fucking mind-blowing. Going from my state of amnesia as a human, not knowing how to have a really healthy relationship with the word love, to God love, boom, in your face. Wow. And this hasn't been an overnight thing. Obviously, I've been working on it, dedicated, committed, persevered. And it's so okay, so I'm so confident in my ability to love another motherfucker that nothing is love is fearless, right? I don't care. Anything you say, anything you do, how you are, that doesn't define you. I see the real you. I see the child in you. I see the innocence in you. And if you're not operating out of that, if you're not operating out of the awareness of your own innocence being expressed at all times, and you're operating from a conditioned state of mind, like a programmed state of mind where you are totally not seeing past the edge of your skin, you think you are the birth name that you've been given. Then, that God confidence, it's like I've cracked open this dormant DNA that is the Genesis 1:27, God created man in his own image. All of a sudden, the ping, that went off. Wow. So much love flowing through my veins. So much love flowing through my words and my mouth and my heart and my everything. What the hell? This is crazy. So how to describe God confidence? Because I did ask Spirit for help on that, right? Help me learn more about me. And again, those that may or may not know, I am on the deliberate and intentional ascension journey where I set the intention to be dedicated and focused on ascending. And that is guided through a master intuitive, Alicia Power, soulmentoring.com. I've been with her for 6 years. And it's absolutely profound, the amount of changes that you undergo. You cleanse out all the gunk. You get recharged with new. And you feel like a fucking $1,000,000. And what was life-changing for me and why I stayed with her the whole time is because the second meditation that I had with her, I went from night and day, and I've spoken this before sometime. But again, it was just like, bam. So, I mean, I even said the other day, if I were to recommend one thing, just one thing, to another that has jumped down the rabbit hole, if I were to just recommend one thing, and I say nothing else about what I've learned along the journeys thus far, if I were to say one thing, it would be start journeying with Alicia Power to clean up your shit. Clean up your electromagnetic field, man. You're going to feel so much better. It's almost effortless. All you have to do is attend the call. Show up, use your imagination, and boom, shit be done. That bird is really singing. Like, I am not lying, no joke. That is the number one reason why I am experiencing such unbelievable levels of transformation. Like, it's just redonkulous. But so beautiful that I wanted to talk about too real quick. Was how I was talking about last night a little bit towards the end, and I even mentioned last night towards the end of my like lightning bolt, video. Lightning flashes video was the connection to nature, right? And so my expansion, like, metaphysically, the expansion in a metaphysical way to connect with nature is such a gift. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know I had this natural gift. I didn't even know it. And now I see a lot of it, and it's just so magical, so beautiful, such a blessing. And that blessing I must share with others. Like, I have this gift to connect with nature like a motherfucker. Like, nature and I are like one. I have made my agreements to Mother Earth, Gaia. And those are formal contracts. We all have one. We wouldn't be here existing if we didn't have one. She's going to support your life. There is some kind of agreement there. One way to look at it. Anyway. Yeah. And the essence of Mother Earth operates through me. And that allows me to connect with creation in such a unique way. Then I meant to share this with you. Because how many times I come out and connect with nature, and all this like wisdom shit wants to flow through my lips. And I'm learning, I'm like in awe with the shit that's flowing through my lips. It is so profoundly impactful and beneficial for us to hear, to learn and grow. It's like, damn, that shit is good. Every time I come out here, there's good shit that wants to just blah, 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 blah. Like, so I need to come out here and chat with you, connect with you, motherfuckers, and share this shit. Because there's good shit that comes out of my lips. And it's profound shit. And we really need to hear this shit. We really, really do. It's really good. I mean, and I can attest to it because I'm just in awe of it myself. Half the time, like, I come home afterwards, whatever. And I'm like, damn, that shit was good. That was really good. That was exactly what I needed to hear. Unknowingly. So whatever wants to flow through my lips is going to be a benefit to me, and it's going to be a benefit to you. As I say often, But I just connect. And my gateway to connect with all of creation is through nature. Because nature is the purest expression of all of creation. And I don't know. I must have practiced this at some point, because like this remembrance of being able to just tune in to the frequency and the consciousness of the sentient life of plants and nature. You know, I'm definitely going to, you know, test this out on plant life in the house, because, you know, I haven't been successful in the past for that. No plant life in the house. But in other houses the house I live in now, no. But in other houses, I mean, that's some design. But anyway, I don't want to get too sidetracked, because I really wanted to tell you some shit. Oh God. Yeah, I'm so passionate about this. This morning I'm in my bed and I'm like, and I need to talk about this and I need to write this down. Okay, so this is the bottom line, people. What I mean by that is, it's time we cut the shit. Some of the shit. Okay, we learn how to cut the shit. We become craftsmen in our ability to cut shit. Cut through shit like nothing. So we need to cut the shit. What shit? What does that normally mean? That means cut it out, right? Stop doing it, right? So there's a lot of things in our life that we can cut the shit with. And one thing that is really, really profound, because I can see it all in you, is your perfection. I can see clearly your perfection. No matter how imperfect you feel. Because now that I see the perfection in me, through God's light, no ego, zip, influencing that perception, because it's a way new world when you see self through the eyes of God. When you see yourself through the eyes of God, it's just a way new world. You will see how magnanimous of a being you really are. How much of a magical miracle you really are. Yeah, it's profound. You know, side note, gematria, Greg Braden, the genetic coding of which that is translated into words, and that is God eternal within you. Let me just make sure. Yeah, within the body. God eternal within the body. God eternal within the body. God eternal within the body. And genetically, the translation, like, that's not by chance. So, falling back on the perfection that we are. You know, we got to stop saying that we are imperfect. We all got to collectively agree to stop saying we're imperfect. Now, the idea why we once could see the value in saying we are not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Stop saying nobody's perfect. Because it's coming from a state of a tamed ego. Anybody can recognize what a tamed ego looks like. It means like, hey, I have fault and I acknowledge them. That's humble. That's honorable, right? Okay, well, let's take it a step further from that. Because if the only person that is determining your value is you, if the only person that is determining your value is you, then why aren't you choosing to take accountability for that? Right? If you were to understand that you are both amounts of equal light and equal love, you will not judge thyself for which you once thought could qualify you as not perfect. Because then that must mean there's some level of judgment, some level of comparison. But what if the very thing that you judged as something to disqualify you from perfection is actually the very thing, the acknowledgement of it is the very thing that allows you to see your perfection exactly the way that you are today? Like, people think about what it may look like, possibly, to be having the right to be able to say, well, I'm perfect. And not have the ego be like, like that. Oh my God, if I say I'm perfect out loud, then people are going to think I'm robust, and we can't have that. So we got to stay humble and safe within the judgment of self, because we focus on the things that disqualifies us from being perfect, and not seeing how we are perfect already just the way that we are. We're not seeing it. We're not seeing that we're a magical miracle. And hence being able to see all the beauty that we are with all the ideas of self right now. Not the idea of self after you change this, after you change that, after you fix this, after you fix that. Maybe after you do all that stuff, then maybe you might get closer to possibly being like, maybe, perfect. But maybe why would I even try for perfection? Because goodness, nobody is. No, it's not about trying to be perfect. No. Wrong. Or being perceived to be perfect. What the heck is all that all about? People that make the effort to try to have things look a certain way because they don't want to face anything that they thought might have been imperfect in the first place. Again, we are absolutely perfect just the way that we are. There is absolutely nothing fucked up about you. Nothing. Even if you think that there's something fucked up, it is absolutely nothing fucked up with you. You are perfect just the way that you are. All your good, all your bad, right now, in this moment. Right now. You're absolutely perfect just the way that you are. And start loving yourself just the way that you are. And if there's things that you don't like about yourself, okay, that maybe you thought maybe it could qualify you as an imperfect being, well, maybe those are the things that you're going to want to work on so that your logical mind can get caught up with the side of you that already knows that you display perfection in every moment of every day. You are the essence of perfection. You are not by mistake. You are purposeful in every way. It is about time you start seeing it more and more and more. This is the truth of all that you are, is loving yourself just the way that you are. You don't need to go through the ascension process first to see it. But yeah, it does help because you get to shine a light in all the areas that you thought you were less than. They didn't qualify you as perfect. I won't even try to be perfect because that's way too much. I'll sound like I have a big inflated head. No, when you see that you're perfection by God, by God's hand, God created man in his own image. When you see that you are just a reflection of light. Every moment of every day we're vibrating. We're this light bulb. A lot of us are vibrating very low. Almost like spray painted black. Not a lot of light shining through. A lot of crud on us. Because we don't know how to be responsible about our electromagnetic field. We don't know the importance and value of actually connecting with nature so that we can get cleansed by the higher frequency that this planet provides us, so we have the ability to cleanse ourselves. We can use her as a resource in addition to Those that are professionals, they're auric field professionals, they're EMF professionals, the masters at cleaning up auric fields. Get that shit cleaned up. Let's start being responsible about our EMF in a whole new way. So, the perfection that you are is just because you don't see it. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I see it. I see it. That's where like this massive level of unconditional love for every sentient life, anything and everyone, it's appreciation for. It's respect because I see the purpose of it all, just the way it is. And I see the purpose in you. The value in you is beyond your wildest dreams. It really is. The value that you have is literally beyond your wildest dreams. No matter what good or bad decisions you're making in life, that does not define your value. I am definitely 100,000,000% through infinity supportive to speak upon topics that could typically be found in discussions of which that they see as controversial. But developing the insight and the gifts to be able to connect and understand how I can bring balance to both ends of the spectrum, opposite polarities. And I've been refining that gift of gap bridging energies, the opposites of things, and finding that trinity, the balance. So you've got 1, 2, then the balance, that center point. Turning the 1 into 3, as Bashar says. Or has said, right? I mean, says, past, present, future, all at once. Saying. So, how do we get to the point where we can understand that we're absolutely perfect? It's not the goal. I'm just saying, it's the end result of it. You see your perfection. Just the way you are, more and more and more. Not through the eyes of ego, not one. There's no space for that lower type of perceptional mindset to see the unlimitedness that you are. And when you get to that point where you understand that you are likely denying an aspect of yourself, and the majority of people out there, they don't even know that they're doing it, but they're denying an aspect of themselves. Sometimes it's a big aspect, sometimes it's a small aspect, sometimes, again, there's layers and unlimited variations. But the biggest one that I found, which is a polarity that we need to bring balance to, is understanding that we are both equal, half light, half dark. Each and every one of us has a shadow side and a light side. And if you're operating out of the light side, are you denying any aspect of the shadow side? And usually those that understand what it means to be in the light means that they're actually in the dark a lot, because their light work is purposeful with the shadow work. In order to see the light, you go into the shadow, into the dark. You go into the shadow and the dark. So in order to see the light, you must be able to dive deep in the dark. Because I do need a little bit of air, right? Oh, I need to hit it twice, that's right. Okay. So, getting to the point where you understand that it's about balancing and accepting and loving every aspect of yourself. All your dark, all your light. It's easy to love the light because I was saying that before. It's easy to love the light because it's easy to love love. It's not so easy the dark. which you have. Undeniably, you do. Everybody does. So have you sat down with your shadow? Have you sat down with the aspects of you that you haven't had a chance to acknowledge before until now, or whenever you choose to do it? And a good time to do it, the dark side of you pops up every single time. Anytime you get pissed off at something or upset at something, just pay attention. You get upset at something, there's a demon in you that wants some you time. It's popping, and it's popping its ugly little head up for you to say, hello, I'm here. Pay attention to me. So face your shadow, face your shadow head on, and be like, okay, I got pissed off. So what demon is getting pissed off inside of me? Why is that there? And, that's, again, if you are interested in becoming a shadow worker, because you're not afraid to go into the depths of what makes you you. If it's dark in there, it's not too scary. You're willing to go in anyway. If it means that you have to be honest with yourself and you're willing to be open to that, that's what matters. And so I just want to let you know this, that you're kind of a big fucking deal. You're kind of a big deal. You kind of matter. You kind of serve a big purpose in the whole. You kind of do. You're a complete magical miracle in all of your glory. Even though you might not feel glorious. It's so difficult to tap into the gloriousness of you because you're carrying so much weight, so much baggage, so much heaviness, anxiousness, frustration, just trying to manage. And those that are managing easier, we all know it's a roller coaster ride. Sometimes you have those bad days, sometimes it's okay, right? It's a flow, and being able to go with the flow and understanding that everything's going to come to us exactly in the form that it needs to come to us to provide an opportunity for the highest level of learning that we possibly can. And this is why it's leading up to, discovering more and more of your beauty, is understanding that you are more and more in alignment with yourself when you're in the flow of creation, with the flow of nature, which is not fighting anything that is out of your control. Letting go of control more and more and more. And Jimmy Dean has a quote that a little boy spoke this morning. It was so cute. You cannot control the wind, but you can adjust your sails. We are all doing our best. And some may say we just simply don't have time to become the witness of our gloriousness. We just don't have time to focus on that. Our time is being demanded elsewhere. But any amount of time is better than nothing. You deserve to see your beauty. You deserve to remember how to ignite that beauty within you. You do remember, you have memory of that. You've done it before, but you've just forgotten. It's a recollection. It's a remembrance. It's us becoming aware of our beauty, our essence. It's the process of that. And how glorious that is of a process. So, it's motherfucking true. You are absolutely perfect just the way you fucking are. All of your dark, all of your light, all of you. Whether you're operating out of your dark or whether you're operating out of your light or you're operating a little bit, a mingle of two. Being responsible over our electromagnetic field means that we are going to place ourselves first and foremost in a non-egoic way for the betterment of all. Because we see the value in expanding ourselves so that we can expand that love to more potently to our environment, to people, places around us, things, sentient life, to Mother Earth, to all that exists. Our light shines brighter, and it's a very beneficial, reciprocating energy flow to be in alignment with creation, in alignment with nature, in a state of allowance. Find the path of least resistance. And that's letting go. Letting go of all the different versions of you that you once saw yourself as. Because every passing moment that goes by, you get to choose a higher expression of you, and yet a higher expression of you, and yet a higher expression of you. Every passing moment you have that gift, that choice. Now, I've been referring to it as, well, you can wake up to a brand new day. Yeah. Every passing moment seems like, wow, that's too hard. I'm dealing with a whole bunch of shit right now. But maybe in the morning, I might be able to wake up with more of a refreshed state of mind. The shit's not going to go away, but maybe, like they think, okay, maybe tomorrow. And then maybe tomorrow, and then maybe tomorrow, and then maybe tomorrow. And then it never happens, and then they're carrying this baggage over a long time. Anyway, but every given moment, we get to choose. We get to choose. But familiarizing yourself with what it feels like to have this extraordinarily like high response, like physical response, like this extraordinarily, undeniably physical response to your dedication and commitment to your transformational journey is the most beautiful thing I could have ever dreamt up. Again, the whole beyond what you could ever dream is your value. Again, it relates here. And what a magical miracle you are, and the more and more you walk in that truth of awareness, you see the miracle in you. It's impossible not to see the miracle everywhere around you, the magic everywhere around you. You are pure magic. You are magical. It is not by chance you are here. You are so, so purposeful. Your viewpoint, just the way it is today, is magical. No matter how, whatever kind of polarity could be put on it, glass half full, glass half empty, no matter how you're looking at it, it's perfect. And once we discover the purpose and all of the dark of us, we can accept more of the purpose and the dark outside of us. And we can learn what it means to bring balance and become that gap bridger of the lower shadow and the light and bring that unison together. We do that inside. It happens organically outside. You'll never see the world the same again when you don't see yourself the same. It all shifts, it all relates, it all connects. So I come on here to tell you how big of a fucking deal you really are and how much I really fucking love you, and I'm rooting for you. I'm in your court. I am behind you with fucking pom-poms. Saying my little cheer. Let's go. Let's go. You motherfucker, let's go. Let's go. I'm like, let's go. Come on. You're a motherfucker just like me. You can do it. I know. You can. I'm in your court. No matter where you're at in your fucking journey. No matter what you're fucking dealing with. I support you. I honor you. I respect you. I appreciate you just the way you fucking are. However deemable, perfect, or imperfect you are. The controversial, no, we can't say that we're perfect. Well, when you accept all of you and love all of you, including your dark, if you're somebody that is operating at a light and you're like, yeah, I've done all my shadow work and shit. And the next thing you know, you get triggered, the next, whatever. So anyway, again. Or you got those that are completely operating in the dark. And it's so unfamiliar with the light because they're really conditioned in the dark, comfortable in the dark, right? Like them not to deny their light side is all a unique challenge as well. Whether or not they even have an interest in it, because chances are the reason why they're in the dark is because they're like, I've been there, I've done that, fuck that. It doesn't even exist. Whatever. Religion, this or whatever. Whatever the experience is that drove them to just be dark. Maybe they were born into a, experience of those that are already practicing in the dark and that's how they got exposed to it. Who knows? What influenced them to be comfortable in dark? But they've learned a lot. They've had a lot of time to study the dark the longer they've been in the dark. But then once they realize whatever reflection it would be if they were to grow into all of their power and explore their light. Yeah. So, again, everything has purpose. Everything has value. There's nothing that disqualifies you from your perfection because all of it is necessary. It's just you placing your awareness on it and you learning to love you just the way that you are that makes all the world is totally different. Your world changes on you. The world outside you changes. You see the potentiality. You see the growth. You have the vision. You can see more of the beauty that we can express as humans and the care for other humans. Once we learn how to care for ourselves. Don't be self-sacrificing in your care for others because that is where the demise exists. Your demise of not loving you and respecting you is where we fall short. We feel that it's honorable and humble for those to be self-sacrificing in their deeds and in their love. But in the end, they're just saying, I am not worthy, so I will sacrifice myself. I'm not worthy. I'm willing to show how unworthy I am to help you. Do you not see that's not you loving you for all that you are? All the perfection that you are, all the perfection that you are. So, as we dive deeper into rare and raw conversations and discussing the important aspects that we decide to put on the back burner a lot. We don't know that we should probably focus on this shit. It'd be a good idea if we did because, we might start living more of a joyful life. But do we feel worthy of living a joyful life? Because if we do, then we're going to try. And if we don't feel worthy of a joyful life, then we're not going to try. And we're going to remain the way we are. And that's good for you. Perfectly good. Because every moment of every day, you can choose to change. Every moment, every day, you can choose to change. I'm on your side. I'm in your court. On your court? Oh, gosh, I'm so bad. I got to come up with some cheers for y'all. But hey, it's a motherfucking truth. You're just another motherfucker like I am. And hey, what is my saying? You probably haven't heard because I've been saying it a lot, but maybe not so often because it has motherfucker in it. You're just another motherfucker making stupid decisions based off fear every single day. I'm a motherfucker making stupid decisions based off fear. You're a motherfucker making stupid decisions based. We're all motherfuckers making stupid decisions based off fear. Every single one of us are. But are we admitting it? Are we seeing it? Are we being honest with it? Do we understand it? Why is it important to say this? because we're equal to one another in that regard. And that's how we can connect, understanding that we're just all motherfuckers making stupid decisions based off fear. It's the fear influence that doesn't allow us to see our beauty. It rapes us and locks us, imprisons us in that mental institute. Not seeing ourselves clearly for all that we are. So, I love you. I honor you. I respect you. I appreciate you. And I need you to see how important it is to just take a chill pill for a second. Like, just relax for a moment. Relax, relax. Release whatever burdens are on your shoulders. Release it. Do your best to just release it. You are the expression behind the worries. You don't need to become the worry. So I love you. Namaste.